It's just, if you look at all the preparation, the hype of bird flu and the drills on the border for martial law, and the state senator I had on talking about martial law on the Texas border with Mexico, and the way the media has been hyping it, and the way they've been hyping Tamiflu. Notice how they just came out again talking about pandemics and things the last few months. The last time they did all of this was back in 2002, 2003, when they tried to get 14 million first responders, firemen, police, medical workers, doctors, county, city workers, state workers, federal workers to take smallpox. And then some started taking it, and it would cause an autoimmune response, mainly in middle-aged men. They were having heart attacks. Some people actually got smallpox. That was in the news. They covered it up. And so their first responders wouldn't take it. Then they did forced inoculation drills. Now they've hired the preachers in the clergy response teams to prepare their flocks to go to the FEMA camps, take the inoculations. We reported that when it was secret. Now it's public. Just like we reported MIAC and the federal documents when they were secret, that gun owners are terrorists and conservatives and Christians are terrorists and veterans are terrorists. Now it's public. I mean, we get the secret documents. Look at how we're doing an internet-only show, not even my AM and FM show. We will do that tomorrow, 4 to 6, and we're getting calls from Mexico, Texas, one of the towns in Texas it's happening in, Mexico where it's going on. That's because this show is huge, and it's a great responsibility we have. But we're getting all these documents, and it's just amazing. That's why I've got to somehow raise more money to hire more competent people. We got competent folks. People spend that like I'm saying they're not competent. No, we don't have enough people. We need more competent people to be able to gauge and handle all this. But we have to also stop infiltration here, which has been a major problem. I don't get into it on air, but it's been a major problem. Again, tell folks, I have that in my stack, Texas school quarantine. Google that and throw it up on screen if you can. We got one guy doing 10 things like an octopus in there. Again, tell folks the name of your town, north of San Antonio. That's right by that German town.
The I-35 corridor.
Yeah, that's right by the German town. What's the name of the German town?
Cibolo, Texas, right off the I-35 corridor, about 10 minutes from San Antonio to the north, right along the I-35.
Yeah, you're right by. You're just south of New Braunfels, right?
That's right. Yeah, 15 minutes. And man, I got to be honest with you, dude. I'm not going to allow the FEMA to come in here. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it's nothing. Okay, but if FEMA comes in here and starts, injecting us, it's not going to fly. I mean, I'm not going to allow that to happen. But that's not happened yet. So I'll let you get to other callers because it's important. This is an important broadcast.
Well, you say folks are scared there. Anything else, Reese? I mean, what else is? What's the feeling of folks there in your town north of San Antonio in the suburbs?
Okay, to be honest with you, I'm scared because I listen to your show daily. I know what's going on here. I know that they've actually put live viruses in the avian flu, but people here, they're mindless neocons, man. They don't understand. This is a big joke to them, okay? They don't even know what's coming. So if this is a pandemic, it's going to come through here, and these people are totally unawares. They're not even going to prepare, okay?
Well, that's how it works. Sure. I mean, it's meant to get you accustomed to death and problems.
Yes.
I've always said, and you say you're a listener, so you can attest to this, but it's on record in all the shows we've done, that they're going to have trial balloons of a SARS-type respiratory flu. I said that last week, and I said it a month ago, that would kill a few hundred. Then they test the drills, the takeovers. Then they have something that kills 10,000. Then they have something that kills 1 million. This is in a period of a decade. Then they have something that kills 100 million. And by then you're drilled of how to lock down, how people die, how they get taken away, how you take the shots, the first shots they give you during the crises, aren't filled with cancer viruses, aren't filled with pathogens. You learn how to trust them. It's like a Jim Jones Kool-Aid drinking drill. I've studied.
That's exactly what I was trying to. Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to tell everyone. It's like I'm living in Jonestown here. I mean, they don't even care. It's like I asked them if they're going to take the flu vaccine. They said, yeah, sure. I mean, you got to die sometime. I mean, who says that? But I got to ask you one more question before I let you go, and you can get to other callers because it's very important. But my question is, do you think that the national media could be doing some sort of psyops here? Because they said there's only a few cases here, but what if it actually is getting, it's getting into the population and it's infecting people, and they're only reporting a few just to keep us...
Well, I already have a headline here from AP that, and again, it's in my stack. In fact, Google this so I get the headline right. I got so many stories here. I need to see. I'm used to being able to take a break and go through my notes, but I'll just do that on air in a moment. I'll just read every headline in a moment. It'll be fine. The headline is CDC flu outbreak too late to stop flu outbreak spread.
Jesus.
So they've already said, and it's true, because people are saying, why don't you shut the border? And they're saying too late. Now, that's not true. If things really get bad in Mexico, which, again, we hope doesn't happen, but they're the ones fear-mongering, then you would have a breakdown of society down there. They're already on the edge of collapse. The government admits, in Mexico and here, that if there is a real flu outbreak, and it's like the Spanish flu that killed 40-something million people, then you would have people streaming across en masse. So, but the CDC's excuse of why they haven't shut down the border is, oh, well, it's already too late. It's in Canada, it's in Kansas, it's in Texas, so it doesn't matter. I appreciate your call from San Antonio suburb that said they're not having school Monday. Thank you. I've got that in the stack. Here's Los Angeles Times. 11 more suspected swine flu cases in U.S. Total reaches 19, with a couple in Kansas, school children in New York City, and a person in California that believed to have mild cases of swine flu. It is not clear yet whether the virus is easily transmitted, but it is confirmed it's human to human, not from pig to human. Now, it may have originally come through pigs to human. Remember, it's a hybrid of bird, swine, and human. Just, folks, that has, I'd say 95% chance this was manufactured, came out of a laboratory. In fact, I'm 100%, but because I've studied it. But who knows what's going to happen with this? This really stinks. Obama shook hands with man who died from swine flu. The first case was seen in Mexico April 13th. The outbreak coincided with President Obama's trip to Mexico on April 16th. Obama was received by Mexico's Anthropology Museum in Mexico City by Felipe Solis, a distinguished archaeologist who died the following day from symptoms similar to flu. Reforma newspaper reported. The newspaper didn't confirm if Solis had swine flu or not, but I actually found an AP article that did say he died of it. Now, whatever. There's that one. Again, out of BBC, they're reporting that medical doctor Yene Gregorio Davila, Mexico City, is saying that it's 20 dead at his hospital alone, not 68 dead as of this morning, but 200. That's BBC. Mexico may take more flu control steps, Calderon says, declares emergency, locking down at cities, locking down areas, putting people on quarantine. Global flu epidemic fears grows, more U.S. cases. And then look at this story. Venture capital firms set to reap rewards of swine flu. The swine flu outbreak is likely to benefit one of the most prolific and successful venture capital firms in the United States, Kellner, Perkins, and Caulfield and Bayers. Thomson Reuters Private Equity Week reported on Friday. Shares of the two public companies in the firm's portfolio of 8 pandemic and biodefense companies, BioCryst Pharmaceuticals, Novavax, jumped Friday on news that the swine flu killed a reported 60 people, it's over that now, in Mexico and has infected people in the United States. I mean, if they've confirmed 3 days into this outbreak in Mexico, 3 days, it'll be 4 at midnight tonight, that it killed 68 as of this morning, and then now they're saying it's really over 200. This is not going to be pretty. Obama and Bush are all tied into that. So is Rumsfeld. Yeah. You know what? I want to play this video clip first. And then I got Kevin in Canada, Bob in South Carolina, Julian in Indiana, Chuck in North Carolina, Angela in Virginia, Mark in Oregon. And we'll, if my call guy can remember who called first, just let me know in the system, and I'll go to whoever you think I should go to first. But I want to play this clip and take a 3-minute break. I mean, what do you say about something like this? If I start describing the propaganda that's involved here, it would take 2 hours, and we run out of time as taking your calls and covering this. But I spent 5 hours today off and on trying to find it, and I rarely fail, and I failed. Maybe somebody can find it and put it in the prisonplanet.com forum. You guys can always get it done if I can't. You know, the power of millions of people out there, of brain power. But remember in 2002, they had a 5-night special on Nightline on ABC with Ted Koppel. And they started the first show without even announcing it was a drill and was fake. And later in the show admitted it, and it caused somewhat of a panic. It was like War of the Worlds with Orson Welles. Showing real riot footage, showing smallpox, showing people dying, and saying that smallpox had been released in the United States. And then for the 5 nights, they led it into martial law, dark winter, breakdown of the United States. Well, I couldn't find that.
You're listening to GCN, the world leader in independent talk radio.